So I thought that getting jacked, packing on lean muscle mass, building that masculine and aesthetic body that you see in like the Marvel and DC movies and stuff like that would make dating a lot easier. And for the most part, bro, it has. It definitely has. But I learned a lot about female nature. I learned a lot about what women are actually attracted to, what they are primed to respond to and seek out, and men that they actually are attracted to, and just how dating dynamics are completely different when you have a masculine and aesthetic body and you become the most attractive version of yourself, and how women respond to you when you do, and the things that you see and that you experience that you can never unsee. And I've learned that by getting in better shape, packing on lean muscle mass, building a masculine aesthetic body, I've learned that a lot of the things that you and I were probably told growing up that you needed to do and have to attract women, most of that is BS. And I'm going to be talking about that in today's video as well, which is exactly why I'm going to be talking about the 5 brutal truths that getting jacked has taught me about women. Now, before we do hop into today's video, if you are someone that's putting in the work in the gym, you're starting to get some lean muscle mass going, right? You're starting to see progress, and you're even out there dating, or at least you're trying to put yourself out there dating, but you're not seeing the results that you want. You're not seeing the type of women that you want. If that's what you're going through right now, I totally understand it. I've worked with a lot of different men that were struggling with this as well. But here's the thing. Once they figured out how to actually tap into women's often overlooked biological triggers and actually build a physique that women respond to on a biological subconscious level, that's when the whole game changed. And they actually created an attraction asset with their physique, and they were able to start attracting more attractive, higher quality women that chose them and pursued them first. And I literally break this down step by step inside of a free training that I created for you. I literally spent 9 months creating this. It's my life's work. And I have a link down below in the description and the pinned comment. Check it out after this video. Literally, I will show you how I've been able to help a lot of men go from invisible to undeniable and turn their physiques into an attraction asset and allow them to have leverage options. And if you want to learn how to do that, again, watch that free training after this video. So brutal truth number 1 is that women reveal in private with their actions what they conceal in public with their words. What do I mean by this? You're probably similar to me, where you grew up and you heard constantly that women don't care about looks. Women don't care about men that have aesthetic, strong, masculine physiques. It's all about personality. It's all about character. It's all about your heart, all these things. And of course, those things matter, but women are typically looking for those things in the men that they do find physically attractive. Or you'll hear people, I've heard this a lot growing up. You got to be a smooth talking dude. You got to have some game, right? You got people on YouTube that say, you got to have game. You have to have a crispy mouthpiece, all these things. And of course, being able to communicate with women is very important. And just being a great communicator in life in general is definitely important. But here's the fact of the matter is that women will show you that when you are in shape, you have that masculine and aesthetic body, they are going to be pre-sold on you, or they're going to be at the very, very least looking to be sold on you. Because when you have that masculine aesthetic body, you're tapping into a woman's biological triggering, where she seeks out physical traits that signal health, vitality, high testosterone. And all those things are important because those are the same traits that a man can pass down and be able to reproduce healthy children with that woman, where she's all about the survival of her children. That's why women are hardwired to seek out these physical traits when it comes to a man's physical build, because of what it represents, what it signals to women. And that's why women do, in fact, find masculine aesthetic bodies attractive. That's why you have movies like Magic Mike go crazy with women, because they're going to see men that are shirtless. That's why women go crazy if they go to like a DC or a Marvel movie and they see a shirtless scene. They go crazy for that actor because he's in shape. He's tapping into her primal attraction triggers. I don't know why people deny this. I think a lot of people think this is superficial, but I really just believe it's nature. It's survival. But you're going to see, man, when you have that masculine aesthetic body, women are going to view you and treat you differently. They're going to view you and treat you differently in the sense where they're going to view you more as a physical and sexual option. This is something I noticed when I started to get in shape, when I started to pack on lean muscle mass, is that women were starting to be a lot more aggressive towards me. Women were starting to showcase their attraction for me a lot more direct, more blatant. They would shoot their shot at me, whether this was in person, this would be through social media, especially like when I was coming up and starting to pack on muscle mass. Women were shooting their shots at me. They were commenting down in my pictures before even DMs were a thing on Instagram, giving me hard eyes, right? Liking my shirtless photos. Like I was thirst trapping. I literally remember there were girls talking about my shirtless photo on Twitter, and they were like just talking about how attractive it was and stuff. No joke. That's crazy, because I forgot about that until just now. Wow. And that goes to show you that your physique is a status symbol. It's a status symbol, because having this type of physique not only taps into a woman's primal attraction triggers, but not many men have this type of physique. I know you probably see a lot of fitness influencers on YouTube and Instagram. So now you have the confirmation bias going in the sense where you think all men look like that because maybe that's the same type of men that you're consistently seeing. But when you go outside in the real world, just take a look around you. Be aware. Most men aren't in shape. Most men don't have lean muscle mass. Most men don't have six-pack abs. Most men don't look aesthetic. And I know guys are going to be like, yeah, but Jordan, a lot of men go to the gym. Like having a physique isn't special. Yeah, a lot of people go to the gym, but how many people go to the gym and still look the same year after year? I know I've seen it. How many guys go to the gym and they're lifting weights? Okay, but they're still out of shape looking. They still have a lot of fat. They don't look like they're making any progress. It's not enough just to go to the gym, bro. You got to lift heavy. You got to track your lifts. You got to be in a state of progressive overload. If you're trying to pack on lean muscle mass and you're skinny, lean bulk. If you're skinny fat, more of like a lean comp. If you have a lot of fat to lose, you need to be on a cut, but you need to be lifting heavy, getting strong, tracking your lifts, doing this consistently, getting adequate rest, having a proper diet, tracking your calories, your protein intake, all those things. It's not enough just to go to the gym. You see how there's levels to this? And women, I'm telling you, are going to show you how they feel towards you when they're attracted to you in the sense where they're going to be making a move on you. They're going to be pursuing you. One of the things that I've experienced, which is funny, is that women will try to slide into your DMs and be like, do you do personal training? Or you should come work out with me. One of my female friends' mom, I remember she would ask me to work out with her. She like wanted me to work out with her and train with her. And we did. I was so naive at the time though, bro. I was so naive at the time. I didn't know that she was choosing me. I didn't know that she was feeling me. I was so naive, but she was. There's other indicators to showcase that. I won't go into that, but she was. See, that's the thing. Women will be on the prowl for you because you represent the type of man that has the traits that they want to mate with, right? And you're going to see that women are going to be a lot more lustful towards you. They're going to be a lot more aggressive. And that's because they find you physically attractive and your body arouses them. You're going to have women that will shoot their shot at you in person, that are going to slide up on your Instagram story. I'm telling you this, the best type of content that I've seen time and time again get the most receptivity. It ain't when you're on, a nice dinner date, you're traveling, you're showcasing all this lifestyle and stuff. Because a lot of these guys that will tell you need to have social media status, you need to be leveraging a lifestyle and all this stuff. If you're not careful, you're going to attract the wrong women and they're going to use you. But really, you want to know the type of content that actually gets the most receptivity as far as women sliding up on your Instagram story, giving you the heart eyes, the fire emojis. It's when you're lifting weights. It's when you're using your athleticism, whether you're lifting weights, you're running, you're fighting, showcasing clips of you sparring. Like when you are in motion, when you are in action, when you're showcasing your masculine energy through actually moving, taking action, doing something that has to use your body, those are the things that women respond to, that type of content. I promise you they do. And that's the thing. You evoke natural and instantaneous genuine desire in women because they find you physically attractive. They find you sexually arousing, right? And you're going to find that these women are going to not only choose you and pursue you first, but they're going to make your dating life a lot easier because they're sold on you. They want you because they find you attractive, and they want to make it easy for you to attract them because they're pre-sold on you. Moving on to the second brutal truth, and this is probably going to piss off a lot of dudes watching this, especially if you watch a lot of dating content. I've learned that when you have a masculine and aesthetic body, you maximize your looks overall. You'll see that game. And when I say game, like mouthpiece and being a smooth talker, now people are saying Riz and all that shit, money, status, at best, those things are amplifiers because I don't care what anyone says, looks are the foundation of attraction. Looks are the foundation of attraction. It's a woman's first filter. If you are not attractive in the woman's eyes, all that other shit doesn't really matter. She will use you for these other things like the money and the status and clout and stuff. If mouthpiece was first, if mouthpiece was a foundation, and my thing is this, learn how to talk to women, be a great communicator. But if that was the first filter, if that was a foundation of attraction, women wouldn't be giving choosing signals to men that they never spoke to and don't know about their personality or riz or anything like that. Women wouldn't be sending their friends to approach a man that they haven't talked to. And here's the thing, like you will have women that will do a lot of the talking for you, or you will feel like the conversation's very effortless and it flows well. And a lot of that's because of attraction, mutual attraction, chemistry, and vibe. Again, I'm not saying be a bumbling idiot. I'm not saying having a mouthpiece and stuff doesn't matter. That's not my argument. My argument is that that's not what's doing the heavy lifting in terms of attraction. When a woman's physically attracted to you and sexually attracted to you, that's what's doing a lot of the heavy lifting from the initial phase, and then the vibe and the chemistry and your overall energy and presence as a man. Those are the things that are doing the heavy lifting. They are. And women are going to find justifications and signs that you are a great conversationalist. And part of that is because of the halo effect, right? She's projecting positive traits on you. Women have thought that I was confident and mysterious and intriguing because I was more reserved and quiet. But guess what? And this is, I'm describing when I was younger. You know what I really was? Nervous, anxious. I lacked confidence at that time. Yeah, I did. I did. I don't have a problem admitting that. I got to admit that because it's freeing. It proves to you how strong having a masculine aesthetic physique and overall a dialed physical presence that a woman is attracted to, how strong and powerful that is when it comes to attracting women. Not saying it's everything, not saying you can only have that depending on the situation, right? But it's very strong. It's the number one thing. Looks, physical attraction is sexual attraction. You got to be there. Let's talk about the money thing. I'm going to be honest with you because I know a lot of guys are like, man, I always see women talk about on these clips on Instagram and YouTube, they want a man with money and stuff like that. You know what I think when they say that? I think they say that because they know saying that you want a man with money, it may come off superficial. It doesn't sound as superficial as saying that you want a man with looks that has a physique that looks good and stuff. It's more logical from a woman's perspective. Saying that you want a man with money sounds more logical, but let's unpack that because here's the thing. Women, when they're younger, you guys know this, or if you don't know, you're about to know, is that women get dudes that are throwing money at them when they're young, bro. When they're young, like guys offering to pay them stuff, just send them money, just to send them money, right? Buying them dinners and stuff. Do you think that women don't view these men as controllable men, as simps? Do you not think that women are viewing these guys like that? Bro, I'll tell you this. For my 28th birthday, I went out with my friends. There was this woman that was trying to buy me a birthday cake, trying to buy me drinks. I told her I don't drink. She was trying to buy me cake and stuff like that and food. I told her no. I probably should have just gotten the free food. But like, I knew that she was trying to throw money at me because she wasn't that attractive of a woman, respectfully, but she wasn't. That's why she was trying to do all that. And I'm a man. Men don't experience this. They don't experience this that often, not near to the degree that women do. You telling me that women don't view these men that have money, that lead with money, as simps? And here's the thing. When women are in their prime, they're not typically going for the men that just have money. If they go with men that have money, that same man also is in shape, is attractive. But a lot of the times they're going for the men that they're physically attracted to. And here's how I know that. Because I know women right now. I know women personally, friends, family, that are with men that are in their 30s, that aren't really making a lot of money like that. But you want to know the common theme I hear from these women when they're with these dudes? These dudes are in shape. These dudes are in shape. Some of these guys are personal trainers. There's a particular woman that I'm friends with that whenever she talks about her guy, she's like, he's pissing me off about this, but damn, he's so fine. I love his muscles. Or yeah, like he's in between jobs, but oh, he's so fine. I'm like, I thought it was all about money. I thought it was all about you got to have a career and stuff. That's why I want you men to be careful when you hear these guys tell you, yeah, you got to get the money. When you get the money, that's when you get the power, and that's when you get the women. Here's the thing. Do women find men that get money attractive? Yes, but think about this though. It's different when you're the man that she's attracted to. I want you to listen to me very carefully, very closely. This is extremely important. No bullshit. When you are an attractive man that she has genuine desire for, but you're also getting money, she doesn't view you as a credit card. She doesn't view you as a utility. You know how she starts to describe you? She starts to describe you as ambitious, driven. Oh, he's on a mission. He has vision. He's going somewhere. Notice how they're ascribing personality traits to you when you're the man that she's attracted to, right? But then when you're that dude that she's not attracted to, that's making a lot of money and you lead with that, you know what they say? Oh, he got money. He's rich. He got some money. Oh, girl, he's loaded. Notice how she's not describing and projecting positive characteristic traits on that man. What is she talking about? His resources, his utility. She ain't worried about that, man. She's worried about the utility. See, how I view it is that when you are a man, and here, don't use this as an excuse not to make money. That's not what I'm saying. You make as much money as you can, but make it because it's going to be beneficial to you, your own well-being, be able to provide you the quality of life that you want. It's going to allow you to date with confidence because you know you got money and that's what you need to survive. You don't need a woman to survive. And how I look at money when it comes to dating specifically, it allows you to remove objections. What do I mean by removing objections? If you want to treat you and the woman because you feel like she deserves it and you want to treat you two to a nice experience, to a nice dinner or to a trip or whatever, and this is under the assumption this girl's into you, has worked to earn you, right? She has earned her spot. You have the money to do those things and you don't have to worry about the bills. You don't have to stress about these things. But how I look at it is that when a woman is attracted to you physically and you make money, it's almost like, have you ever gone on a vacation? You're like, man, I wish I can be here for another week. I wish I can keep this going longer. I don't want to go back home. I don't want to go back to work. A man that a woman is attracted to that makes money, he's like extending that vacation of feelings, of emotions that she feels, the attraction that she has for him. She gets to extend that as long as possible, meaning he doesn't just evoke what would be typical short-term attraction as far as like one night stands and stuff like that because of his physical attraction and appeal to her, but he's also showcasing long-term qualities as far as provisioning, like, oh shoot, like not only am I attracted to this man, but we could actually have a potential life because he makes money. But she's also not viewing him as a utility in the sense of like, oh, I'm gonna try to figure out how many purses I can get from him. A lot of times women, when they're physically attracted to you, bro, they're gonna be spending money on you. They're gonna be buying you gifts. They're gonna be buying you surprises. Don't take what I'm saying as like, okay, like Jordan's saying, just build a masculine aesthetic body, maximize my looks and physical presentation, and then I don't gotta worry about money. I can just be a bum. And no. no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in the concept of how money plays a role in dating with women, it's not in the way that these guys say. Get the money, get the power. I get it, but it's different in actuality. It's dope in the movies, but it's different when you're actually dating women. When it comes to status, social media status, it's not needed. It's not needed. A lot of guys make social media status and having clout on Instagram and TikTok and all this stuff such a big deal. Here's the thing. If you're physically attractive in her eyes, you have the masculine aesthetic physique, you maximize other aspects of yourself though, like facial aesthetics, grooming, a nice haircut that's suitable to your head shape, your face, your fashion and your style, your overall physical sex appeal, your emotional, mental sex appeal, all these things. If you have status and clout to go with that, that's just going to amplify you. It's just going to make you more rare. It's not needed. It's not needed because a lot of times when guys talk about status, most of you are talking about social media status because that's the most accessible to you. You're not going to be a Leonardo DiCaprio. You're not going to be a rapper. The odds of you becoming that are slim. So you're not going to get status from that. You mean social media status. That's typically what you mean. And here's the thing, whether I met women through dating apps, I met them in person, I noticed the common thing between all the women that had high attraction and interest in me, they all were cool with me giving them my number for them to text me. We didn't do the Instagrams and shit like that. See, women will typically want your Instagram for one or two reasons. In the context that you guys are meeting online, she will want your Instagram if she thinks that you're a catfish or if she just wants attention and just a free follow. But women that are actually attracted to you, they don't care for your Instagram. Whether you meet them in person or online, they don't care. They don't care to see that stuff because they don't want an extra roadblock or an extra hoop to jump through. Unless you choose to do that, that's different. They won't require you to jump through an extra hoop to get them because they're attracted to you. Women that are actually attracted to you don't require your social media unless they think you're a catfish and you guys are meeting through dating apps. That's a flex right there. And here's something to think about too, is that your physique is a status symbol itself because I believe there's a study that states that 1 out of every 25,000 men at the age of 35 or over in the United States has a six pack. That's not accounting for lean muscle mass and proportion, just six pack. I believe in that same study about the one out of every 25,000 men. I believe that it's more rare to have six pack abs than being a multimillionaire. Again, this isn't accounting for actual like low body fat percentage, lean proportionate muscle, like an aesthetic physique. Like you can be skinny as shit with no muscle and have six pack abs, but actual proportionate muscle mass, that V-shaped physique, you actually look strong, athletic like a man. There's levels to that, but that's the thing. That's why your physique is a status symbol in of itself because you are a rare man. You're more rare than a multimillionaire. And here's the thing you also want to understand too, bro, is that women can't reproduce with your social media pixels and followers and blue check marks, but they can reproduce with your body. A lot of the stuff that you were told that you needed, even like by dating coaches and stuff to get women, completely wrong. Again, if you have all these things, it's going to amplify you. It's definitely going to amplify you, but your physique, your physical presentation and her sexual attraction for you will do a lot of the heavy lifting. Still get the money for yourself. You need to get the money for yourself, for your own well-being. I'm not saying be lazy. No. How I look at all this stuff, man, is like I've heard interviews and stuff like that about how Shaq, if you're a basketball fan, how Shaq didn't have that strong of a work ethic. And there was a question that was proposed that has stuck with me for forever since I've heard it. How would have Shaq been if he had Kobe's mentality and work ethic? That's scary as hell to think about. That's how I view men that are in shape, that maximize their looks, the physical presentation, and they can talk to women, and they got money, and if they have status, look at it like that. But you don't need to have all those things to the highest degree to attract women. You don't. But if you have those things, they will amplify you. Now, before we move on to the next point, bro, I hope this is all making sense. I hope you can start to understand the importance of building this type of physique and how you can actually leverage it as an attraction asset when it comes to attracting women to you, and how you will be able to experience female nature in its most unfiltered form, and how really women are going to be giving you not only genuine desire, but more positive treatment and treat you like a king when they are physically and sexually attracted to you. And you're going to be able to start attracting more women to you as well that will not only choose you, but they will pursue you first. And if you want to learn how to do this step by step, I break this more in depth in that free training. I'll have the link down below in the description and the pinned comment. There's stuff on there I can't really talk about here on YouTube, but definitely check out that free training after this video. You'll literally see how I've been able to help other men be able to leverage their physique and turn it into attraction asset, be able to tap into other overlooked biological triggers that women respond to when it comes to what they find attractive in men, that I dive deeper into that free training, and how they can start attracting women to them consistently and build a thriving, abundant dating life. I show you how to do that, how I've been able to help other men do that as well. And that free training, click it down below, watch it after this video. The third brutal truth that getting jacked taught me about women is that they do definitely make assumptions about you. Good or bad, they make assumptions about you. And this right here should tell you the power that your looks have on a woman. A woman can see your look and your physique. She doesn't know how you speak. She doesn't know how much money you have in your bank account. She doesn't know your status, but she can see how you look. She can see your physique. That's the first thing that she does see. That's the first thing that hits her. And you're going to have women that will either assume positive or negative things about you. The negatives will just be like, oh, he's a player, he must be into himself, he's cocky, he's arrogant. Typically, women will say these things because you have the physical traits that they know that other women would desire, and then they know that you have the ability to attract other women, and you basically have desirable traits. That's what they mean when they say that. So don't take offense when people say that. Take it as a compliment, because they're not saying that about guys that are average looking. They're not saying that about guys that are out of shape, that are skinny. They're saying that you have traits that are desirable, that would warrant you to be arrogant and all these things. I'm not saying do those things, but basically they're saying that you have the traits that could allow you to be and act those ways if you wanted to, but I don't believe you should. But here's a cool thing, man, is that when you're a cool dude, like you're a good person, you're a likable person, you're chill, you're laid back. Once people start to have a conversation with you, they like you more than if you were an average looking dude and you have these good personality traits. They like you even more because they set the bar even lower. But they go from doing a negative halo projection on you, basically meaning that they're projecting these negative traits on you because of your looks. They go from negative projections to extreme high projections, right? They're going to start to say that, oh, he's so cool. Like I thought he was going to be mean or arrogant or into himself, but he's actually a really nice person. He's actually really down to earth. He's very likable. He's very kind. But you're also going to have, more times than not, you're going to have people that are going to project positive characteristic traits on you. They're going to think that you are confident, that you are competent, that you're smart, that you're intelligent. There's this misconception that like if you're in shape and strong and have muscle mass, people are going to think that you're dumb or like a meathead. I think that's definitely more of the big bodybuilder look. But when you have that aesthetic, proportionate physique to you, people are going to think that you're more intelligent, that you're competent, you're charismatic, all these things, because your physique halos you. It signals a lot about you, and it showcases aspects of your mindset and your personality traits before people even get to speak to you, right? So you have to understand that your looks, your physical presentation, it does create a lasting impression on people. It's not just going to be in dating with women, but in the workforce, networking. You are going to more likely be presented more opportunities, or people are going to want to talk to you and get to know you more. And those people will maybe the gatekeeper or the entryway to opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't have had if you weren't in shape. Because being in shape says a lot about you, bro. Or at least people project a lot of things about you. And it will typically be more good things, and you'll experience more of the positive halo effect than the negative. That's why women thought I was confident and mysterious and stuff when I was younger, even though I was shy and introverted and lacked confidence, because I'm so introverted now, but I'm a different person. But women will project these things because they're attracted to you. It's just like how you can be an average looking guy or below average looking guy and be quiet and to yourself, and people aren't going to like really pay attention to you. But then when you're that attractive guy that's quiet and reserved, you're more mysterious and intriguing. And I think a large part of that too is because they may think that you're going to be this super loud mouth, loud of the party, alpha chat and all this stuff, which by the way, you don't need to be like that to attract women. I've actually found, based on my personality and how I operate, women love that about me, that I'm more reserved, chill, and laid back. If you're naturally extroverted, cool. But for me, I'm more laid back and chill. I'm reserved. I can have a conversation, but I'm more laid back and chill. So not only do I have the mystique going for me, but women actually like that I'm more cool. They love the fact that I allow them to talk and that I'm a good listener. So don't get caught up thinking that you have to be this super loud mouth, center of the attention jock that you see in the shows and movies and stuff to get women. Like, you don't have to be that way. Whatever is your natural personality, that's going to amplify you, and that's going to be well received because it's authentic to you, especially when you have that masculine and aesthetic body. Brutal truth number 4 is that your physique signals sovereignty and that you put yourself first, and women love it. Why is this a brutal truth? It's because we have been taught that women want you to chase them, that women want you to pedestalize them. They want you to go through all this effort to get them and stuff like that. But what your physique tells women is that you put yourself first. You care about yourself. You value yourself. You view yourself as a prize. You invest in yourself. You treat yourself with the utmost respect, at least based on what you can see physically. Now, mentally and how you view yourself from a self-image standpoint, completely different thing. But based on your physique, she'll see that you take care of yourself, that you put yourself first, that you take action as a man, that you build yourself up, which is all masculine traits. And she sees that you are mission oriented because you are building something, you're crafting something from nothing. And the first thing that many men do is build up their physiques, whether they're skinny, or build up their physiques if they're overweight, have a lot of fat to lose, and they carve out their body. And one thing that I've noticed is that you'll have some women that will tell you like, hey, like, don't go to the gym, like, let's cuddle, let's watch Netflix and stuff like that, or let's go get breakfast and stuff. And a lot of times, man, these women aren't trying to be deceitful. They're not trying to be manipulative attractive, or they're not like premeditating like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna throw him off his gym routine, I'm gonna let him get out of shape so then I can leave him from another dude that is in shape. They're not doing that stuff. You have dating coaches that will make it seem like they are, but they're not. But one thing that you have to do as a man that women will love, even if they say with their words that they don't at first, is that you have to know how to tell women no and yes at the appropriate times. Like if you need to go to the gym but also take care of business, whether it's work related, errands, whatever, and your girl's trying to get you to stay in for a couple more hours, watch Netflix, go get breakfast and stuff, be like, hey, listen, I would love to get breakfast with you or laying down watching Netflix with you. That sounds great, but I need to go to the gym. I need to take care of this. I need to go take care of this. But I'll tell you what, later on today at this point, at this time, we're going to go out, we're going to do something. We'll go out and do this, just us two. It'll be a good time, okay? This is more so like in the scenario when you are in a relationship. But even if you're not in a relationship with a woman or you're seeing women casually, whatever, you got to stay on point. You got to be mission oriented. You come first. You come first. You can't benefit other people. You can't bring value to a woman's life. You can't bring value to your friend's life, family's life, the workplace, whomever, the marketplace. If you have a business, you can't do that if you're not taken care of, if you're not investing in yourself and your physique, building that masculine aesthetic physique. It's not just for the aesthetics. It's not just for the dating options, although those are great. It's more so for the health, the personality traits that you're building as far as discipline, ambition, drive, sacrifice, going through hardship, being able to see that you were able to build yourself from nothing to something. You were able to turn yourself into the man that you wanted to see in the mirror, or you are on your way to doing that. You're in the process right now if you're lifting and building your body up. All those lessons that you're learning through this journey, that's what matters. That's what makes you a masculine man. Those personality traits and those lessons will carry on into other different aspects of life, not just your physique. But the physique is a great foundation and starting point to teach you a lot of valuable lessons and build your character of a man. And you represent that with that masculine and aesthetic physique, which is also why women find it very attractive. Plus, man, like you also look like just a capable man that can protect her. You know what I mean? Which women love that. Even if you're not a tall dude, bro, even if you're not a tall dude, if you're a short dude, still build that masculine aesthetic body, man. Be her shield. Okay, you may not be tall enough to be her wall, but there's a reason why Wonder Woman has a shield, right? And before we move on to the fifth and final brutal truth, man, the reason why being able to tell your woman no and yes at the appropriate time is because it shows her that not only are you mission oriented, that you have sovereignty over your life in the sense of putting yourself first, focusing on what you can control, building yourself up, but she sees that you are not moved off center. She sees that not even her can move you off your purpose. And you'll have some women that will complain about you like telling her no at the appropriate time. But I'll tell you this, I've had experiences with that where women kind of complain that we couldn't hang out and spend time with each other. But when it came down to intimacy and me being shirtless, they weren't complaining then. The more you say yes to yourself, the more she will say yes to you. Keep that in mind, man. Keep yourself focused. Keep yourself the focus and the main mission, bro. And then moving on to the fifth and final brutal truth that being Jack has taught me about women is that they showcase their selective sexual nature. I kind of alluded to this, man, but there's two different types of men in this world. The man that has to beg for intimacy, and then there's a man that women want to do all those things for, and she initiates it, and damn it, she will do it more than the man would want to be intimate with her. There are women that will literally initiate intimacy more than the actual man would because she loves his physique, she's into him, what it represents. They're hardwired to respond to a man that looks like this because of what he signals. And when women are very into you, they're attracted to you, they will be the ones that will initiate intimacy more than you. There's not going to be a dead bedroom. There's not going to be a dead bedroom, marriage, relationship, all these things because they're craving you. This is stuff that they're drawn to. Your body evokes imagination of intimate fantasies that she would have. Bro, literally, I'll throw up a picture right now. This is a picture that I had on my Hinge profile. And one of the girls that I matched up with that I was seeing, we got together and we were dating each other for a couple months. Literally, I saw that her phone was on the counter and I happened to look over her way or that way of her phone. And I saw my picture on there, my shirtless picture with me with hand wraps and stuff like that. That shirtless photo I just showed you. And I asked her, I was like, is that me? She was like, yeah, like I sent that picture to my friends to show you who you were. And they said that you were very attractive and all that, which by the way, if she brags about you to her friends and her friends find you physically attractive, that's all the pre-selection, that's all the status, that's all the social proof you need. You're good, bro. That's going to be way more powerful than some irrelevant followers and blue check mark on Instagram or TikTok. If you have those things and she's physically attracted to you, cool. Those will amplify you, but she cares more about what her immediate social group, her family, her friends think about you. And if they give her the cosign and say that you're attractive and stuff like that, her social status in that group in her eyes of her family go up. She gets an ego boost. Her attraction for you skyrockets even more. And her friends were giving me the cosign apparently. But you know what she also told me? And this is also why you have to really listen to me when I say this. When you have this type of physique, when you are a physically attractive man to women, they're already imagining things that they would do to you before you even speak speak because she told me when she saw that photo of me, she wanted me to be intimate with her. I'll keep it like that, but she wanted me to be intimate with her. She was already imagining what it would be like for us to be intimate before we even talked, before we even sent messages back and forth to each other on Hinge. This is how powerful your physique is. This is the things that women think about with the men that they are physically attracted to. And the more that you believe these lies that women don't care about this stuff, that they don't care about looks, the physique, and all these things, the more you're going to be on the losing end, the more you're not going to be the man that experiences the things I talked about in today's video. And that's exactly why, if you want to become the man that I described in this video, as far as the man that women pursue, that they choose, that they have genuine desire for, right, that they're attracted to, they're the one that they're investing in. They treat you like the prize, like the king. They're the ones that are initiating intimacy more than you, damn it. If you want that type of life, bro, I'm telling you, it's possible. I've helped many men achieve this. Guys that were below 6 foot, guys that didn't have any money, any status, that were still living at home, weren't the smoothest talking guys, guys that were inexperienced with women, shy, timid, they were still able to attract a lot of women, and beautiful women, even women that they described as their dream girl. I literally show you how to do this step by step in that free training. Click the button down below, watch it, literally take notes, implement what I teach, and I'm telling you, not only are you going to be able to build a physique that is an attraction asset, but you're literally going to be able to date with leverage and power, because you will be in abundance. You will be able to attract more women to you that will put you first, because you put yourself first and foremost, right? So definitely watch that free training, implement what I teach, take notes. I talk about some very, very, very good stuff I can't talk about on YouTube, but watch that free training after this video. That way you can experience the things I talked about in today's video. And if you got a lot of value, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this. With that being said, I'll talk to you in the next one.